lost in the world's most vast and empty wilderness for over a year, where rescue is a statistical impossibility. This is the Pacific. It's not just big, it's unimaginably enormous. If you drilled a hole straight through the center of our planet, you'd come out the other side still floating in this same endless blue desert. Now picture being stranded in the heart of that emptiness, not for a week, not for a month, for 438 days. This is the true account of one man who did exactly that, setting a record no one would ever wish to claim. Our story begins with José Salvador Alvarenga, an expert fisherman from a small Mexican village. On November 17, 2012, he and his younger crewmate set out for what was meant to be a single day's work. Their small 25-foot boat carried minimal supplies, just one day's food and water, a GPS, and an icebox for their catch. They traveled over 70 miles from shore, set their nets, and then the sky turned violent. A ferocious storm swept in, forcing them to cut their nets loose and run for home. After 6 grueling hours fighting the waves, their village was finally in sight, a mere 12 miles away. But then, their engine died, completely. They had a radio, they sent a desperate call with their coordinates, and then waited, and waited, until the radio's battery, too, gave its last breath. They were now ghosts, invisible to the world. And then the winds shifted, pushing their crippled boat back into the open ocean. The shoreline they could see slowly vanished over the horizon. He was a speck of dust, erased from the map of the living. A search party was launched, but it was too little, too late. Within days, currents had carried José and his companion nearly 300 miles out. Every direction offered the same view, an infinite, unbroken circle of water under a pitiless sky. Their food and water were gone in a week, so how do you survive when the supermarket is an entire ocean? You become a primal hunter. They caught seabirds with their bare hands. They ate raw fish and turtles. To drink, they collected rainwater in old bottles. When the rains failed, they were forced to drink the blood of their catches. The mental torture was unimaginable. After 4 months of this hell, José's crewmate could endure no more. He took his own life. Now, José was utterly alone on his tiny fiberglass island, adrift in a region sailors call the Quiet Zone, a part of the Pacific so remote that shipping lanes are just a myth. For months, he saw nothing. Then, a miracle, a cargo ship on the distant horizon. He screamed, waved, burned anything he could, but the giant vessel sailed on, oblivious to the microscopic dot in the water. The psychological crash after that glimpse of hope was worse than any storm. Hope, when ignored, is the cruelest weight of all. He drifted for over 8,000 kilometers. His clothes rotted away, his skin baked. After 14 months, he spotted a floating coconut. Then, a sliver of land appeared on the horizon. Terrified it would vanish like a mirage, he plunged into the water and swam. He stumbled onto a remote atoll in the Marshall Islands, over 6,000 miles from where he began. The locals who found him could barely understand the sun-bleached, half-wild creature before them. His return home was not a simple happy ending. Authorities disbelieved his story, suspecting him in his companion's death. But the evidence, his boat's drift pattern, his physical state, all corroborated an ordeal beyond fiction. José Alvarenga didn't just survive the ocean, he survived a descent into a primal reality few can comprehend.